Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video painting, and this time we are going to paint one of these rat swarms to a tabletop standard. So sometimes we don't want to spend too much time on a miniature. This is the case for me on the swarm rats. I want them to be painted, to have all the kit painted, but to be fair, I don't want to spend a lot of hours on these rats, okay? So we are going to paint them to a standard that I think is quite good, okay? So it's going to look like that at the end. That is not bad. We have put some blood effects at the end on the base, and here I have another one this drying. So let's paint this one. I will show you how I do it, and if you have a different way to do it, just leave it in the comments below. But we are going to play with mainly contrast paints, and we start with the Zygote Brown. So we are going to use Zygote Brown and paint random rats in brown. So what we are going to do is we are going to add some variation, and the variation will come from painting rats in different colors. So we take a brush, we just take, for example, let's take this one that is quite hidden, and we paint it in brown. And we are going to apply this. Okay, we are using contrast paints, first because they flow much easier than the regular paints, and then they will leave a little bit of shading already. What we are going to capit and it's going to be the shading that we have at the end. They are so small, these rats, that you can see, and I have assembled them. What makes them more difficult to paint, this is why I cannot spend too much time on them. I'm just painting the fur of random rats in Zygote Brown, and then I will come back. So I do that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next I'm going to use Basilicanum Grey to paint other rats. Okay, we do the same. You can see we have some random rats. I start from the same side, so it gives time to the other side to dry. And here, for example, I will do this one here that is hidden. I will do the one on the top, for example, and here there are some that have the spine out or have ribbons visible. Try to avoid, just paint what you think is fur. So as you can see, I'm not painting the heads, I'm not painting the legs, as I will do them in fleshy tones, okay? And I don't paint the tails neither. So I'm just painting the main body. And yeah, I try to be as clean as I can. In some places it's going to be a challenge, but I'm not going to change to small brush, okay? So you want to be a little bit efficient here. Careful, but efficient. Okay, so I'm going to do some of this in Basilicanum Grey, sorry, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next I'm going to apply Gorgunta on other rats. So we have a different brown, and yeah, just as you can see, we do the same. We paint some more bodies. You can see that this starts looking nice. We have a nice variation of furs. And as you can see, I try not to paint the tails and head, especially the ones more exposed. If you by mistake touch one of the heads that are there hiding in, nobody will notice that, right? I mean, there is a head there. If you just paint it in brown, because here it's quite messy. To be fair, these miniatures are quite, these sculpts are quite messy, and sometimes it's not very clear what is what. Okay, so just if you have doubts, the best is to go with a darker color and hide that with darker color. We have here, for example, again, a part that is, you want to come from the top. It's not that easy in some places, and if you do, then the next rat, don't be too much concerned at the end. So what you want to have is here each rat with a different color. No, each rat is different. I mean each rat with the fur painted, and the thing that you want to hide the most is the white of the priming. If you want to play with contrast, the other option is just to go with black and just paint the rats that are more visible and leave the ones very high inside in black, right? But I like to do it in this way. Because I prime everything in white for this set. Just you can see. I will be painting some core city these days. Here we have. The rat is also painted. And now the last one I'm going to use is Noon Oil. And I'm going to pick up the rats that are still white and I'm going to paint them with Noon Oil. Okay, this is a wash. These are the ones that are going to be lighter, and I do this in purpose. For example, this one, because have quite some of them, and Noon Oil will give the sensation that these are white rats. Okay, so rats can have a white fur. These are just almost zombie rats, right? These are undead rats, so they will not have, if they were white, they are not white anymore, they will be more on greyish colors, on blackish colors. So we are going to do that. So I'm going to do as well the Noon Oil ones. You can see here I'm going quite straightforward. And I will wait that all this dries before doing the next step. Okay, next step, we're going to use a tone from any flesh tone from the contrast paints. In that case I'm going to use Grim and Flesh, and we're going to do tails, heads and paws. Okay. Again, here we are looking for efficient and fast painting. So I'm going to apply this on the heads, paws, tails, and I use different flesh tones, so each not on the swarm, but on the between swarms. Okay, so you just do it like that, and if you go on top of the dark brown, don't be too scared, because it will. The only thing that you have to be careful is not to go on the ones that we have done just the Noon Oil, because they are very clear, and the skin tone will give a browny finishing on the other cases, so don't be too concerned. And I will avoid to go over the heads that does not have flesh, like the one on the front, so because these ones I will do it more like bone color. Okay, so I'm going to do this on all the tails, paws and most of the heads. I wait at the mice and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step I'm going to use Skeleton Horde, and we are going to do all the parts that we have not covered that should go in bone color. And that will be my last step. As you can see, I'm not looking to do, I put it as well here, I'm not looking to do too many special things to these rats, just applying contrast paints in the right order, a little bit carefully, and that will give me the result I wanted. Okay, I'm not looking for anything really fancy here, because on top I don't think it's worth it. Right, so you want something efficient that will look good on the table. So that's all. So here you see how it looks like. Okay, it's a small kit as well. So you can see, just looking for around that I don't miss anything. And here these things you can put brown. And that's all. So please let me know what do you think. Give a like if you have liked this video. And let's say it. Easy techniques, easy way to paint them, an easy way to have a nice effect at the end. Okay, here you have another one finished. Okay, so give a like if you have liked it, share if you think other people can be interested in as usual. Thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.